when you paint this, the two paintbrushes that are your friend for this type of painting are the purple handled flat and a smaller detailed brush. You don't need those great big huge things, okay? You're gonna start painting with the sky first. You always paint what's furthest away first, okay? So first will be the sky, then it'll be the mountain, then it'll be the water, all right? You need very little paint, okay, in these. Very little, very, very little. It goes a long way. And yes, you can share colors with each other. Everybody at the table doesn't need a red, okay? Also, we have available for you salts again, and I'm going to talk about that. Now, what you guys have, oh, I forgot a paper towel. Will you grab me a paper towel, please, please, please? Somebody go give me one. Thank you. Okay, you always want to check your brush first, simply because some of you, not you guys, but another class, maybe didn't wash the brush very well. So you always want to check it and make sure, you know, like black doesn't come out of it or something. Now, this is, if you haven't done your oil pastels, you want them nice and dark like this. Not like this, because you're going to lose the edges when you do this. So you want it filled in really well. From day one, you guys have taken your paintbrush, put it in the paint, and brushed it on the paper, right? And that's fine, and that's totally acceptable, but there's so much more we can do. Get that paper wet, experiment a little bit. Get that paper wet, get it wet. Look what happens when your oil, you can pull those oil pastels almost like paint.
So you only really need a yellow.
And you can also take, remember your sky is warm colors. Warm colors, you can drip some of that on there. And you can move that paper around, right? Ooh.
It's like magic.
Make sure you don't get it in your orange and your blue, because it's going to turn what? Brown, okay? So go ahead. You can also work those oil pastels and almost make them disappear if you don't like the way they were looking. You can add more water to something and thin it out, okay? Or you can very carefully paint around them and leave them in there. Remember, you got a long working time with this. Now the salt. Last year the big problem was the salt. People took handfuls of salt and poured it on their paper. All you need is a sprinkle.
Whoa.
Okay, and what it's going to do is it's going to soak up a little tiny bit of that paint, and then when it's dry, you brush it off. You know how you can cure meat with salt so that you don't, it won't spoil? You can pack it in salt and then it won't spoil. A lot of you, last year, there were kids that cured their paintings. All right, also make sure when you're walking around with it, because if I pick this up right now, see that blob? Those are going to run maybe in places where I don't want it to. Another thing, if you get color in the wrong spot, oh no!
That's why
you can take some of it off too. Okay. Questions? Annie.
Can we mix colors?
You can mix colors on your paper, yes.
Like the blues and greens.
And yes.
Like can we like put salt on the ocean? So cause like the ocean's salty, so you can make the water salt on the ocean.
Sprinkle a little tiny bit, just like here. That's it. It's a technique to show texture. Okay, because it's not going to stick when it dries.
Can you, do we grab the lids?
There's some yogurt lids up there if you want to use those, okay? Don't mix the paint, no, it's not dance class. Don't mix the paint in the cups, okay? You guys are responsible for pouring your own paint, cleaning your own paint brushes, and then leaving the paint on the counter when you're done. Warm colors, cool colors, or warm colors, neutral colors, cool colors.
So that's where you're going to use brown.
Brown and black. Okay, yes.
Just by any chance, so I put like a layer of snow on the top of on the mountain. Like, you know, like where I made a squiggly line to make it look like there's snow. By any chance, do we have to, we did that, do we have to color it?
I do not have.
White and blue.
And snow, you have to color it white with a white pastel.
With a white pastel.
Yes, okay. Not too much though. Still not dance class. Anybody else? All right. Thank you, Mr. White.